Hello, and welcome to our presentation on health and wellness. It is the importance of taking care of your mind and body. My name is Abby Reed, and I'm a physician assistant student who has decided to work with Samantha Bozella, who is also a physician assistant, Ashley Irving, and Sandra Ray, who are also physician assistant students.
Okay, so what is health and wellness? So health is defined by the World Health Organization as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. And how about wellness? So wellness is a conscious, self-directed, and evolving process to achieve full potential. It's an active process through which people become aware of and make choices towards a more successful existence. It's multidimensional and holistic and encompasses lifestyle, mental, and spiritual well-being, as well as the environment.
Okay, so why is it important? So there are so many benefits to health and wellness. It's a completely multi-dimensional approach. So first is quality of life. So optimal and most of all, favorable living. So how we want to live our best life. So there are so many different aspects. So we can start with physical. So physical is the benefits of regular physical activity, healthy eating habits, strength, and vitality. So having a strong body, being active, having a lot of energy. And next is mental. So it's your self-esteem, your self-control, your determination to do all the things and goals that you want to do in your life. So it's having a sense of direction, finding your passions, what you're passionate about, what you want to do when you grow up. Creativity, so sharing your natural gifts and talents with the people around you. And mental activities. Next is social. So contributions to the community, having better, living spaces, better social networks, just you're surrounding yourself with different people that are creative and that can help you keep forward with your goals. And then also included in this is your belief systems and values, so what you personally believe in and what's important to you. Achieving your full potential. Everyone has their own potential and we want to be able to achieve it to the greatest of our ability. And preventing disease. So your responsibility of self-care and knowing your body and knowing when you need to seek medical attention. And lastly, promoting longevity. We all want to live a long and happy life.
Next, we're going to look at the components of health and wellness. So there's 6 dimensions of wellness. These include social, physical, occupational, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual. We're just going to take a second so that you can think of how you would define each of them. Now I'm going to tell you the definitions. Social is the social dimension encourages contributing to one's environment and community. The physical dimension recognizes the need for regular physical activity. The occupational dimension recognizes personal satisfaction and enrichment in one's life through work. The emotional dimension recognizes awareness and acceptance of one's feelings. The intellectual dimension recognizes one's creative, stimulating mental activities. And the spiritual dimension recognizes our search for meaning and purpose in human existence.
So going through each now, we're going to take time at each dimension. We're going to start with social. So like Ashley said, the social dimension encourages contributing activity to the environment and community. So basically it's the interdependence between others and nature, sharing awareness, and over time it's becoming more aware of the impact that you have on others as well as multiple different environments. So this can include encouraging healthy living styles, initiating better communication, preserving beauty and balance of nature, and enhancing personal relationships and important friendships. And this helps to build a better living space and community. So there are a couple principles that you can follow in this dimension. It is better to contribute to the common welfare of your community than to think only of ourselves. And it is also better to live in harmony with others in our environment than to live in conflict with them.
So next we're going to talk about the physical dimension of wellness. So physically, we need regular physical activity, but we also need to have good eating habits. So we need to learn about healthy lifestyles while learning about harmful substances to consume, such as alcohol, tobacco, and drugs. We also need to know about sound nutrition, and we need to know about how our body performs. we should be spending time building strength, flexibility, and endurance through different types of exercises. Medical self-care, as well as the appropriate use of the medical system. So just knowing, when to go to urgent care versus when to go to your primary care doctor, as we all have a personal responsibility of taking care of our minor illnesses, but also we also need to know when we need to seek professional medical attention. And so knowing our body. So we need to know maybe when we get a break or if our heart is racing, and just kind of knowing the warning signs when something isn't right. So there are a few principles to follow. So we should be consuming fruits and vegetables and good whole foods. And it's better to consume foods and beverages that enhance good health rather than which impair it. And it's better to be physically fit than out of shape.
Okay, so the next dimension is occupational. So right now we're all in school, so let's think of school as our job in this case. So personal satisfaction and enrichment through the work that you do in life. So right now, while you're in school, putting all of your energy and your time and really trying to do the best that you can to help you in your future. And then obviously when you get older and you have your own job and your own career, again, putting enough energy into this dimension as well. The occupational development associates one's attitude about the work that they do. So why do we think this is important? Having a good mindset is everything. If you go into your job or if you go into school with a bad attitude or, that you don't want to be there or you don't want to do it, it can really, really impact your learning and your future. So we're all capable of contributing unique gifts, skills, and talents to the work that you do. And in turn, this is meaningful and rewarding. And then next is having the opportunity to convey your ideas through involvement in things that gratify you for pleasure or satisfaction. So, we all don't like all the different subjects in school. I know I really don't like, physics. It doesn't mean that I have to, have this great attitude and put all this effort into physics. I can put effort into other things that I do. If you love art, when you take your art classes, find your passion in that. Anything that can give you pleasure or satisfaction. And then in the future, this dimension, it gives you the opportunity to choose, the profession of your dreams, have job satisfaction and ambitions in the career that you're in. So again, this is why it's so important right now in school to really have a great attitude and put all of your energy in, because it'll give you the tools that you need to be in the career that you want to when you're older. And then the principles to follow. So find things and what you do that have or are consistent with your personal values, interests, and beliefs, and find things that are rewarding to you. So again, you might not like all the different things in school, but find what you're interested in and pursue your passions. And then it's better to develop functional, transferable skills through structured involvement opportunities than to remain inactive and not involved. So, whatever you don't like, the subject you don't like, find something in it that will help you. So if you don't like math, just think of it in the way that, learning numbers better or getting more familiar will have to help you in your job or in your life in the future.
Next, we're going to look at the emotional dimension. So within this, we're looking at awareness and acceptance of feelings, emotional wellness, coping with stress, expression of feelings, and support. So first, awareness and recognition of one's feelings. Wellness includes the degree in which one feels positive and enthusiastic about oneself and life. This includes the capacity to manage one's feelings and related behaviors, including the realistic assessment of one's limitations, development of autonomy, which means the development of independence, and ability to cope effectively with stress. So you can think of your own ways to effectively cope with stress. Maybe that's exercise, maybe that's doing a fun activity, different things like that. Satisfying relationships with others, awareness of and acceptance of a wide range of feelings in yourself and others, being able to express those feelings freely and manage those feelings effectively, to arrive at personal choices and decisions based upon synthesis of your feelings, thoughts, philosophies, and behavior, to be able to live and work independently while realizing the importance of seeking and appreciating support from family and friends, So to know that you can always go to your family and friends when you feel like you need help or you need support in something, and form interdependent relationships with others based on mutual commitment, trust, and respect. All of these things will allow you to take on challenges, take risks, and recognize conflicts, which can be potentially healthy and a learning experience. The principles to follow here are to be aware of your feelings and accept them. Denying your feelings is an unhealthy way of dealing with emotions. Be optimistic, hopeful, and confident in your future. In the approach to life instead of pessimistic. So pessimistic means tending to see the worst aspect of things or believing that the worst will happen. So it's much better if you take the approach where you're optimistic and hopeful and confident in your future.
Okay, the next dimension we're going to look at is the intellectual dimension. So this has to do with creativity, stimulating and mental activities, and knowledge and skills, as well as your curiosity. So recognizing your own creativity. This is the ability to expand on your knowledge and skills while discovering the potential for sharing your gifts with others, specifically your creative mindset. So intellectual and cultural activities in the classroom and beyond the classroom, combined with the learning resources and human resources that are available in your community, helps with your intellectual growth and stimulation. So this allows for the ability to explore issues related to problem solving, creativity, and learning. So you can spend more time pursuing personal interests and reading books, magazines, and newspapers while keeping up to date with current issues and ideas. This allows you to develop a curiosity and strive to expand while challenging your mind to be creative in your endeavors. So some principles to follow are that it is better to stretch and challenge our minds with intellectual and creative pursuits than to become self-satisfied and unproductive. It is also better to identify potential problems and to choose appropriate courses of action based on available information than wait, worry, and contend with major concerns later on.
So next we're going to talk about the spiritual dimension of wellness. So spirituality is our search for meaning and purpose in human existence. And through this, we develop a deep appreciation for the depth and expense of life and the natural forces that exist in the universe. And furthermore, this is characterized by a peaceful harmony between internal personal feelings and emotions, that the rough and rugged stretch and tough emotions. So basically throughout our journey, we may experience doubt or despair or disappointment, but we also experience, on the other hand, pleasure, joy, and happiness. And so all of these experiences, essentially, they're important in our value system, and they bring meaning to our existence. And you know that you're spiritually well when your actions become more consistent with your beliefs and values, resulting in a worldview. And so some principles to follow are: it is better to ponder the meaning of life for ourselves and to be tolerant of the beliefs of others than to close our minds and become intolerant. And also, it is better to live each day in a way that is consistent with our values and beliefs than to do otherwise and feel untrue to ourselves.
All right, so those are the 6 dimensions of health that we just defined. So a good activity that you could do after this lecture is sit down with a piece of paper. It could be by yourself or with your friend, sibling, or parent, and you can go through all the dimensions and fill out your goals for each, and then you can also see where you are. It's really good to self-reflect every couple months and see where you are and what you're putting all of your energy into. And if there are, 1 or 2 dimensions that you feel like you're not putting as much energy as you would like to, redefine your goals and think of different things and ways that you can come back to those dimensions, because it's really important, like you said, that all 6 dimensions are met for a total optimal health and wellness. So now that we finished defining those 6 dimensions of wellness, we're going to talk about health, both mind and body health.
Mind health. The importance of mental health, stress, anxiety, and depression, and ways to cope. So mental health is so important. Our emotions and feelings are important and should be felt and acknowledged. High school is hard. Pressure from parents, pressure from peers, school, sports, friends, college. There's so many different things. It's okay to talk to someone about what you're feeling, whether it's anxiety or depression. Mental health plays a large role in our physical health. We can make ourselves physically ill if our mental health isn't there. So do something that makes you happy every day. Singing, dancing, reading, watching a movie, laughing with a friend, anything that makes you happy.
Next is body health. There are several aspects that have to go along with body health. These include physical activity, improved quality of life, and the increases of chances for living longer when you focus on your body health. And lastly, the healthy food environments that are out there. So first, the physical activity portion of body health. It is one of the most important things that you can do for your overall health. Everyone experiences benefits from physical activity, no matter how old or how young they are, no matter their ethnicity, the shape they are, the size they are, or their capabilities as a person. It is important to participate in moderate intensity aerobic activity daily. And it's generally safe for most people to partake in like brisk walking, swimming, whatever you feel comfortable doing. The benefits of this are that you are able to manage your own weight. You burn calories with physical activity, and it keeps you moving. It also helps with your brain health. So it helps with your cognitive thinking abilities, and it reduces some stress, and it helps you sleep at night. Another benefit of physical activity is reducing disease. So it reduces your risk for cardiovascular disease, it keeps your heart happy, it keeps your lungs happy, it keeps all organs in your body pretty healthy and happy. And it also has the ability to strengthen your bones and your muscles. So this helps as you get older. The better bones and muscles you have, the healthier you are overall. And in the end of the day, it also improves your quality of life and improves your chances of living longer. People who are physically active for about 60 minutes a week have a 33% lower risk of all-cause mortality in those who have physically inactive. And then lastly, healthy food environments. So food is a big aspect of our everyday living. First, when we look at food, we think of fruits and vegetables should be served to all individuals, especially individuals who are in school. It is important that chips, fries, and other fried potato chips should be offered less than once a month. And foods such as chicken nuggets, fish sticks, and fried meats should be offered at least once a month as well. So, and then when we also think about food, we think about the beverages that we drink. So drinking water should be readily available and offered to you every day, including when you're partaking in indoor and outdoor activities. And it's important to make sure that you take in your daily glass of milk, as well as drinking some fruit juice, about a cup a day. And the most important thing is to try and limit the amount of soda that you drink and sugary beverages.
Okay, so where to start? So now that we talked about all 6 dimensions of wellness, I want you all to take a second and kind of think about the positive changes in your life that you could make in each of these dimensions. Okay, so now that you've thought about it, now I'm going to give you guys some examples in each category. So for social, this could mean something as simple as talking to friends during your lunch. For physical, this can mean finding something that you enjoy to do physically, such as walking, running, playing a sport, dancing, or yoga. And then for intellectual, you could find something that interests you and learn more about it. For environmental, you could volunteer to help pick up garbage in the park, help your grandma pick up flowers, something like that. And then for spiritual, even if you're not religious, you could find something that makes your soul happy and you can connect into, such as listening to your favorite band or reading a scripture, etc.
All right, so lastly, it's just really important again that you have both a healthy body and a healthy mind, and those two together will equal a happy life. If one of those are in imbalance, then you won't be as happy as you need to. So that's why overall health, happiness, and wellness in the body and mind are really important to living a happy and fulfilled life.
Now let's take a second to think. What is one important thing that you learned today?
And last question, What is one goal you set today for your health and wellness that's important to you?
Okay, thank you from the College of St. Elizabeth. And let us know if you have any questions. Thank you.